De 7 a 3, 8 horas.
Days can feel long when you work as hard as Carmelo.
Sí, no es fácil decir una cantidad.
Work that doesn't stop on Colorado's coldest and warmest days and nights.
Allá en México está más fuerte el sol.
He's used to it and doesn't mind the work on this onion farm in Olathe.
Y estamos acostumbrados a trabajar. Sí, y nos gusta trabajar. El día que descansamos, bueno, también necesitamos descansar, pero hay veces que descansamos y estamos todo el día en la casa y no sabemos qué hacer.
While spending months away from his family in Mexico, he wants to provide as much money as he can. So does Guadalupe.
Sí, porque ves que metemos 76 horas, 70, 65.
But when the hours run long, the pay remains the same.
Y si toman descansos de 10 minutos, 15
Sí.
minutos cada día, ¿verdad?
Sí, a las 10, 15 minutos, a las 12 una hora de lonche y a las 3, 15 minutos.
Soon, Senate Bill 87 will guarantee basic protections that most people in Colorado have had for decades, like minimum wage for those who don't already make it, and overtime pay at time and a half.
My guys work average 70 hours a week. There's weeks with higher and weeks with lower hours worked. But I pay them that $14.82 across all of those hours.
David Harold employs nearly 200 workers during peak harvesting season. Most are migrant workers from Mexico.
None of us are against paying our workers more. There is no one who, we would love to do it. We appreciate them. We can't do it without them. But we're also feeling the pressure from every angle, whether it's drought and climate, it's, don't use this pesticide or that pesticide, talking about spraying and things like that. It's, the consumer says, well, we want it grown this way, and we want this, and we want that, and we want it for inexpensive on the shelf.
Harold says the desire to pay more exists, but the money to do that with doesn't.
And unless people are going to afford it at the grocery store shelf, or the taxpayers are going to foot the bill, I'm kind of in the middle, getting beat up from every side, and really not seeing a way out.
He and other employers say they aren't seeing the financial support they need.
No sé, yo las compré en la Home Depot.
¿Cuándo?
With the desire to pay more with money he doesn't know where to find, these workers worry that will lead to reduced hours and lighter paychecks.
Una hora, 2 overtime, ¿te conviene? La gente va a decir no. Mejor seguimos como estábamos.
Hundreds of miles away in Commerce City, Adolfo Hernandez Atilano wishes protections from the new law were there when he was working on farms.
Trabajar 40 horas como los demás trabajadores, no más no va a poder solventar los gastos de la casa.
Adolfo's hands harvested food for other families for 15 years.
Nos daba mucho trabajo con poca gente. Teníamos que trabajar de un promedio de 7 de la mañana a veces 12, 1 de la mañana, 11 de la noche.
The minimal pay and long hours weren't worth it when he couldn't afford the very same fruits and vegetables he was producing.
Tampoco podíamos vestir ropa nueva de tiendas porque pues no alcanzaba la economía. Teníamos que ir a las tiendas de segunda para comprar ropa y calzado.
Adolfo knows not all employers mistreat their workers. This bill ensures the few that do will be held accountable.
This is to the overtime.
Harold gets that.
Así, asá.
He's just looking for support.
No matter what the outcome is of this, we as growers need the support of people like the Colorado Department of Ag to help us adjust to and strategize through, because I'm already stretched.
For Carmelo and the nearly 40,000 farm workers in Colorado, the work will never be easy.
Y estamos acostumbrados a trabajar. Sí, y nos gusta trabajar.
But there are people working to make sure it's fair. Victoria de Leon, 9 News.